Good morning, guys. We ended up staying last night round near Cape Wrath at Durness, and we're just starting to head back down, which will show you scenery down through Kyle Skew, Kinloch Berwick, Kyle Skew and all down. Trust me, it were windy up here and there were snow gales, and there's still some sleet and snow laying, and different places with snow gates where the roads get closed off have been shut off up here. But we've still got to get home yet, so we're just taking it step by step, and hopefully we don't get stranded or stuck because there's a snow gate shut somewhere before we get back home to Aultbea. So there's another motorhome just in front of us here we're passing, but so yeah, it was very cold last night. But we were alright, we got diesel heater on, we filled that up with fuel, so, but we'll leave you with some scenery going down here anyway, and I'll tell you a few pointers about places as we go past them, so pick up here again shortly. Thing is, guys, here we don't know where we're going to be stuck, if we're going to be stuck, so we're hoping that see, we're still right up top. We've just left Cape Wrath, and we're just hoping that we can, you know, get home. The roads are slightly covered, the tracks are still black in between, but we'll pick up again in a minute anyway. Something else you've got to be bear in mind, guys, when you're travelling up here if you're coming in winter, which you probably already know, but I'll say it anyway, because you'll notice I'll repeat myself a lot, is that when you're travelling, make sure wherever you do you've got diesel, top up where you can, and you've got food and water. If you're in your motorhome, your van conversion, caravan, whatever, and it don't matter if you get stuck then, you don't care about getting stuck because your home's on your back. Because it did drop to a serious, you know, freeze last night, and it's not very nice to be out in it. We're literally bitter cold. Pick you up again shortly. And as you can see, guys, I don't know if you've seen it, but we've just gone by and there's a car actually in the ditch at the side of the road. That must have happened last night or something. So it's just dangerous up here, very dangerous at this time of year. Just got to take care if you're travelling. When you're driving up here in these kind of conditions in winter, guys, just remember, it don't matter what vehicle you're in, tank, 4x4, monster truck, don't matter what it don't matter what it is. You hit a patch of ice, drive to conditions, because you'll be off it. You'll be off at road. It don't matter what you think you've got or what you know you've got on your car or what car you've got, there's no vehicle any good in ice. Nothing, don't matter what it is. They haven't made a vehicle what's any good in ice, except for a snow ski and stuff, obviously, but you know, no normal vehicle on road is any good for ice at all, so drive to conditions. Just had a plum what's overtook us coming down here. We were doing like about 40 mile an hour, probably just under, and there was a plonker just come by us. No doubt we'll see him in ditch further along down road. But seeing these kind of hills here with ice, I mean, this is a decent gradient. Camera might not pick it up, but it's a hill. It's a good one. And it's just dodgy as out, you know. So just drive safely anyway if you're out there. Pick up here again soon. And as you can see, the little red sign we've come by, but we're coming into Scouring now, and that red sign was a fuel station. So Scouring, you have got toilets, you've got the campsite, a spa shop, public toilets here. It's a fish and chip van that usually parks here as well near the toilets in the summer months. Or it's open in the summer months. It's parked here, but it's shut at the moment for winter. But you've got, like I say, the spa shop, the little campsite, and there's also fuel. The main thing here is 24-hour fuel. If you are trapped somewhere and you need fuel, then here's your place. This here, guys, is a little place called Aultbea. This is Aultbea Bridge in the viewpoint here. Those with drones will get good shots of this bridge. It's looking a bit different now because it's the time of year it is. And down in Aultbea, which is off to your left in a minute, I'll show you. We'll take a run down there. I'll just show you what's basically down there. This is where I spent a lot of my childhood here in the summers, Aultbea. Now we take a left here, and this is going down to Aultbea Hotel. I'm going to take a little look. As you come down here, that's the little fishing harbour down in Aultbea where the boats are, the little dock. Aultbea Fishery Jetty. And this down here where it leads down to the hotel, Aultbea Hotel. And when we used to come up in 80s and everything, we used to stay down here, and it was when the hotel were a hotel, and it wasn't dear a food place, when it used to be a bar, you know, and you could have a good pint in there. And but yeah, other than that, this is where there's toilets down here. There's some lodges here now to stay in on your left, these wooden lodges. And that's the hotel up here. Just walk up round there and that's the bar. They used to do little boat trips from here. I think they still do them in summer, maybe. Not this time of year, of course, but. Anyway, that's Carskew, that's the little toilets there. They've been there since time began. Well, my time began in the early 80s anyway. Never changed, just keep getting painted. And that's a look at the harbour from this way, the little fisheries harbour coming back out. Spent many a time fishing down there and on an old guy that used to live up here, Jake. On his boat, he'd got a fishing boat here. Not sure if he's alive still or dead. Probably dead by now. And we'll pick up here again later. We'll leave you some scenery we're going through. Next place we'll go through is Ullapool, not Ullapool, Ullapool, just a little place. And then we'll be heading down to where we turn left to head to Ullapool, and we'll pick up with you shortly. I'll leave you with some scenery. Just past there's a right turning we've just passed after Ullapool, which takes you around through Drumbeg and down to Melvick. There's a nice beach down there, Clactoll and places like that. So that's the scenic route, but it's a really bad road, the Drumbeg road. So if you've got a large motorhome, especially at this top end here, and it takes you down, you can come out at Lochimver down the coast road there, and it's a really bad road. Bad. So just beware. Pick you up again shortly. And as you can see, guys, just up the top of Ullapool up here, don't get caught out without no diesel for your diesel heater. It's a no can do, or your van, or any food or warm clothing, because chances are at this time of year you could possibly get stuck. As long as you've got all your amenities, you can park somewhere and wait it out. So you can see it's lovely, beautiful, but it can be deadly if you're not travelling with the right equipment. So it's an imperative up here. I'll pick you up again soon. This is Aultbea Castle here. There's a little ruin of a castle, guys, and you can have a visit it and walk around it. There's a lot of history in and around it. If you stop, there's a little car park to walk across to it. The little car park is here on your right hand side, and that gives you all information, the history of it and things. This, guys, is we just turned right now off the Lochimver Road, and now we're on the A835 heading to Aultbea, which is 18 mile. There's Elphin, which is 3 mile down here. There's also, in about 10 mile, a right turning, and that takes you to Aultbea, and that's a bad road. That's 15 mile, what goes through via Australia, what takes you, it seems like you get sucked in a black hole and come out in a different planet, and then you end up in Aultbea. It's longest 15 mile of your life, you know. I used to deliver coal up there, and honestly, going up, it's like you get on that 15 mile, and I don't know what happens, you know. You come out at Aultbea, and a month's gone by, you know. That's the way it feels. But anyway, we'll be passing through Aultbea, going down through here. There's a nice campsite at Aultbea, we'll show you that further down. And as you can see again, it's a white out at the minute. Snow coming in again. And it's just horrible, really. Catch up with you again shortly. See, guys, driving down here is not advisable because it's shite. Snowed over, and I don't know how far we're going to even make it back home today. Depends on what happens on his way back. It's touch and go. It's just touch and go at the minute. We don't know. Just don't know. Well, this is going by shortly in a minute. They're turning for Aultbea. So that's that 15 mile I was talking about, which takes about 3 weeks to travel. Feel sorry for them that live at Aultbea. That road getting in and out, I'd only live there if I'll be honest with you, if I were rich and I'd got a helicopter to take me shopping. Because it's a freaking nightmare, that road getting in and out of. And especially in summer, more and more people are up here. Whether it's vans, cars, whatever. It's just a nightmare. So, being honest, you know, just sharing it, being honest with you. That's all I can do. Just give you my honest opinion on the places where we live and in and around where we live. And I wouldn't advise driving in this today, to be fair, because it's a bit gruesome. I think the snowplough must have been about, or the gritter, but I think they'll probably be coming again before dark, most likely. And there's the sign. There's hotels, the summer isles, access to the summer isles through Aultbea. Let me know how long it takes you to drive 15 mile if you ever go to Aultbea. Leave us a comment. See if you get what we mean. With 15 miles, it says on this sign here, turn right there. See if you get what I mean with the 15 miles takes, well, days, it seems like. I'll catch up with you a bit later and leave you with the scenery again. This here is Aultbea we're coming into, and there's a campsite at Aultbea which we'll show you in a very brief minute as we pass by. Famous up here, Pebble Beach, curved Pebble Beach, just down here at Aultbea. It's like a half moon shape kind of thing. And that's right, that's the campsite. Little pinnacle point to land there, and that's the campsite on there. And then we'll show you a bit of the beach in a minute, Pebble Beach, which is just coming up. Right hand side. It's just below the road here, the little beach is. It's just down here. It's like a curved pebble beach at Aultbea, and the campsite's just back there. Nice little place, nice little area. This is just before Ullapool, so we'll be coming into Ullapool shortly, and we'll pick up to you just there anyway. As you can look off to the right here, there's Loch Broom, and this is where the ferry from Stornoway comes in. Calmac comes in round here, round to that point where you can see where the ferry point is down in Ullapool. And this is Ullapool, as you can see ahead of us. There's everything here really. There's all nice shops. They've just recently done all the seafront up, made it wider, more accessible. There's plenty of fish and chip shops, plenty of live music usually, in evenings, in bars, and yeah, there's plenty of food places and shops and everything really in Ullapool. There's also Tesco's. Got Tesco's down in Ullapool. There's campsite down in Ullapool, Loch Broom campsite. That's alright. You can watch the ferry coming in from there. And yeah, there's a golf club just as you come and drop down in a minute. I mean, it's not much good at the minute this time of year, but there is a golf club. Numerous activities in and around Ullapool. Plenty of coffee places to get a coffee, and just nice to have a walk around. Better in summertime, obviously, depending. I mean, it's all right in winter, really, but there's more to do, more open in summer, I should say. Usually at this time of year, up here, people batten down hatches. It's never usually that bad, though. To be fair, when you're used to it, it's not usually too bad. This is the golf club. These do meals actually in here, and the golf club is a cafe. Visitors welcome there. There's a good big car park. Beware, because it is quite potholey in there, so beware with your motorhome, van or car. And this, guys, as we're heading down here, this is in Ullapool. You can take a right turn into the leisure centre swimming pool, just here, and to Tesco's. If you turn right here, then immediate left. Tesco's is behind these buildings here, but straight in front of us. Then if we turn left here, going down Ullapool, then we're coming down to the harbour and down to the main promenade at the front. So there's charity shops to your left, nice charity shop on your left for the new broom. There's all coffee shops everywhere. There's an outdoor centre, chip shops, everything you might want down here. That's to the harbour, that's the ferry down there, to the ferry. And this is along the promenade at the front. They've widened all this, put more seating in it and made it more accessible. But there's pubs, cafes, there's all sorts down here in Aultbea. It's a popular place in summer for people to come. We only come shopping to Aultbea Tesco's in winter. In summer we hang a right from where we live and just go straight through to Dingle, because to big Tesco's, because obviously it gets pillaged and plundered more in summer. So yeah, but this is us leaving Aultbea anyway, just now. And this is the jet garage. So there's a garage in Aultbea, so you're not stuck for diesel. Bearing in mind it does get quite busy at certain times of year in there, and you can be queuing to get in. It's another point to make. But if you get in touch with me, if you want to get in touch and ask me where all garages are on North Coast 500, or if you've got any questions about where it's best to get fuel, then I can tell you. I can also tell you how much you'll need in your van to get in between each specific area, or where you should fuel up, because then it'll last you until you get to another specific place. So if you've got any questions on them kinds of things, then please leave a comment or email and I'll tell you exactly. This is us leaving now, Aultbea, and we'll pick you up again shortly. Not far away from our home now. We'll pick you up shortly anyway. So guys, we've come out of Aultbea, a long lock room, and now we're going to turn right. This takes you on the loop round to our home in Aultbea, then Gairloch, and then it heads to Kinloch U and round to the village of Acknasheen. But on this turning, this is called Corrishallock Gorge here, and it's called Braymore Junction. That's the actual junction, which it's called if you want to Google it, Braymore Junction. And sitting on it is Corrishallock Gorge Visitors Centre. It's a lovely walk down the gorge and stuff. It's been opened over the last 2 or 3 years. It's been newly done. And this is it basically, just as we turn on to here. And as you can see, it's fairly bad here coming round our way. And this is the Corrishallock Gorge here on your right, visitor centre. As you can see, it's usually ram-packed, but this is snowed under all this at the minute, so it's not what you call ideal. We're just debating if we're going to make it back home or not. We've only got about 30 miles to get back to Aultbea, and it's looking quite grim here. So wish us luck anyway. We'll catch up with you, we'll let you know soon. Speak in a bit. And this is just past Coruscant Gorge, guys. This is coming up now. We'll be climbing up to hopefully the bit where we're all fearing if we can't pass to get home. And that's the Fane, it's called the top of the Fane. And that's in between here and Badcull, where you drop down to. And I'm hoping we can get up here. I mean, it's really bad at the minute. It's just fairly bad. Wish us luck anyway. We'll catch you again. As you can see down here, up here on the Fane, it's really slippy, but more than that, at periods you can't see the white line. So you've got to really keep your eye out. I mean, I know where the road is, but some people what's visiting might not know. And it's easy to veer off and, you know, end up the Khyber Pass, you know. So just keep safe anyway. I'll speak soon. Just a quick one, guys, as we come down off the Fane and we're going to go through Badcull. You know, just keep in mind, if you're that way inclined, that you go walking up into the mountains to do all the Munros and all the mountains and stuff like that up here. Keep in mind that if you're ill-equipped, I mean, I won't go myself, to be honest, but I understand everybody has hobbies and different things. But if you go up there, keep in mind that you might not give a stuff, but when you go up there, the police get called, and more to the point, the local lads and the volunteers of the mountain rescue, which I know some of them, have got families, young families at home, what they want to get back to. And if you're going to be stupid enough to go up into them mountains, and I mean, I've said it all along, if you go up there ill-equipped, especially at this time of year, or at all really at this time of year, and you are ill-equipped or whatever, and you don't know what you're doing, I would put a sign up myself, and I'll be quite honest, saying you go up at your own risk. We're not sending any young men out to come and look for you what's got young families at home. If you want to be that stupid and go into mountains, there should be a disclaimer you sign somewhere, or just that you understand, and that you go up and it's at your own peril and you stay there. Basically, do you know what I mean? Because why should somebody else who's got a young family have to come and look for you, you know? That's my thoughts on it anyway. Anybody else with the same opinion, let me know, but that's just my personal opinions on it, and I think it's a fair enough one, and I stand by it. But as you can see anyway, the snow's clearing up a little bit down here when we come off the Fane, so hopefully, well, I think we'll make it home now. We've only got about 20 mile probably to home now, probably less than that a bit, so 15 mile. But yeah, we'll catch you all. There's a gritter again, look, so gritters out, they've been out and about. Right, we'll catch you up a bit later, guys. Cheers. Just up here, guys, up the hill from Badcup, there's a viewpoint that looks out to sea. You can see the Calmac ferry from up there. It's a nice little place to stay in this lay-by. It's quite big on your right hand side on the corner here. And in the summertime, the season, there's a tea and coffee van that parks in there, a little trailer, red one, usually it is. There's bins in there as well, as you can see, and it's quite decent to stay in, that is. We're going to be coming up next on down in Grunyard Bay. I'll pick up here again in a minute and tell you about that. just round the corner here, guys. This is Grunyard Beach, and there is a little car park down here, which it is a pay and display car park, and that's your little Grunyard Beach. You can walk further along to the right hand side below us here. It goes further when the tide's out, but there's a little car park on your left in Grunyard Bay here, and it is a pay and display one. Caravans and motorhomes, caravans can't stay over, but motorhomes and vans can, and that's it on your left there, and that's the payment meter. But there is a campsite which will take you to, we'll go by in a moment. If you drive further on from Grunyard Beach, literally it's not far up here, a place called Lade. That's where our post office is, Lade. There's a nice shop and post office there to get your groceries and stuff, and that's where, as we come into Lade, which I'll show you further down here, where Lade campsite is. And that's a nice one, because in front of Lade campsite it opens up onto a tiny little pebbled beach, and it's where all the seals congregate on the rocks, so you can get some good pictures from Lade campsite, which I'll show you on the way by. I'll pick you up in a minute. And you can see Grunyard Beach through there. It stretches quite a way across. You can see it through the trees. There's a viewpoint up the top. Anyway, you can get a good view of the beach through there. And like I say, it's not far away from Lade campsite. You'll get a better view in a minute when we pass these trees. So it's quite a way down there, you can see. And that's all Grunyard Beach around there, stretches right the way round. You can get to it when the tide's out, but the tide does cut some places off. But I'll pick you up down at Lade campsite anyway, and we'll show you where that is on the way in a minute. This, guys, is just coming along. This is where all the seals lay down here, all on these rocks along here. And just up here where the pebbly beach is on the right, this is where we're coming into Lade, and where the campsite is, which you'll see the campsite in a minute. It's quite easy to get to be fair, signposted well. And if you're coming from the west side, north side should I say, it's on your right here. In behind this brown wooden fence. And there it is. Grunyard Bay Caravan Park. And this village is Lade here. This is where the post office is and the shop. The other post office and shop is in Pullew, about 10 to 15 mile, and another one 20 mile probably. 15 mile is in Gairloch, where there's a co-op and spa and everything. But this is the only shop in Lade post office, general store. I will pick you up again late. Well, we're just on his way to Aultbea now, to home, which is just literally a couple of minutes over the hill here, and then we're into Aultbea. So we'll pick you up again shortly, guys, and we'll see you later on. And that, guys, is going to be a wrap for today. What I didn't just tell you is, when you come through Lade, where we've just left here, and I said there was the post office and shop, they've also got petrol pumps which are 24-hour. You can pay on your card there. So yeah, other than that, that's all I wanted to drop in today, and I hope you enjoy watching this video, and please hit like and subscribe. I noticed we've got quite a lot of views going up, a fair amount of views, and not so many subscribers. It doesn't cost anything, and it would be greatly appreciated by myself and the wife, just to keep us doing this kind of things and hopefully bring some important information to you and honest reviews on places up here, as to how expensive they are or how they are with people and different things like that, and different things about different areas. And they'll always be honest, because we live, as I say, we live here and we can be honest about it, you know, with no kind of, as I'd say, bullshitting over, you know. It is what it is, and I'll tell you how it is up here in different places. And any requests, again, what you might want, where places you want us to see or to ask us about anywhere, again, feel free to comment or email. And on that note, like I say, please hit like and subscribe. And I'm back in Aultbea, so we'll leave you a short bit of footage of us coming back home into Aultbea. Thanks for watching, guys.